ChatGPT is definitely the biggest leap in AI so far. It can make you money, it could be your personal trainer, it could do your homework for you, and it could even be your therapist. We have Midjourney, and that could turn you into a world-class artist. We have text to video using a tool like Runway ML. But this past week, we found something that might be 100 times bigger than all of them. We have Auto GPT, a self-improving AI. True AGI potential, which is scary cool. Like scary and cool. Very much of both. So what's Auto GPT? It's basically able to write its own code using GPT-4 and execute Python scripts, which allows it to recursively debug, develop, and self-improve. It's free and open source. The craziest thing I've already seen this tool do happened to Varun on Twitter. He asked Auto GPT to create an app for him. So what happened? Auto GPT wanted to create this app using Node, but he saw that Varun didn't have Node installed on the computer. So what it did was search Google for how to install Node. It then found an article on Stack Overflow with a link, downloaded it, extracted it, and then spawned it inside the server for him. I mean, surely Varun is a top level dev that had to do a lot of work to get there, right? He said, my contribution? I watched. Okay, so let's talk about a few things here, like what does this mean moving forward? Why is it such a breakthrough compared to ChatGPT, and how else are people already using it? Let's start with what makes it so cool. Again, it can autonomously reflect and improve its behaviors. This is the feedback loop it uses. Plan, criticize, act, read feedback, and plan again. Let's go on Twitter and shout out to Nick Bryant, talking about a few more things that it can do and how it works and some potential use cases. The best way to think of it is like this. You give Auto GPT a goal, it scrapes the web for the best info, it then autonomously does it for you and improves over time. So what does that mean practically? First example is it can find money for you. Josh gave Auto GPT his name and birth date, told the AI agent to find unclaimed money on the internet. It then scraped the web to achieve the goal and then just delivered him $210 for his troubles. Could help you grow your social media account. The AI agent would do something like analyze the best Twitter growth content on the web, post and engage through your content, iterate and improve over time. Could replace entire companies. It could take on roles, perform tasks. But at its core, what it does is generate and execute code by itself. It doesn't need to learn to program. You can instead simply direct the AI in plain English. But let's go to the first thing that people always care about when it comes to a new AI tool. How are people making money from this? So let's hop back into Twitter. Let's go over to our homie Graham Fleming, who is using AutoGPT to develop an e-com store. Graham said, hey, AutoGPT, I want you to make me an e-com business. So what did AutoGPT decide was the best way to do this? Decided to browse the internet for business ideas, which ended up saving its findings to files to reference from later on. That's so sick. Let's take one step back. Let's take a second to recognize the creator of this. And he goes by the username Sig Gravitas on Twitter. Here's a clip showing the real power of how it works, what it can do, which is mainly debug, develop, and self-improve. He kind of went one step further and said, hey, look, if you're not a very technical person, let me help you out. Wanted help personally and said, just post your prompts below this tweet, follow the format, and I'll make a video and record the output for you. And yes, I know what you're asking, Cody, how can I get started using AutoGPT? As always, I got you. Just check the links in the description down below, but let's open up the first one ourselves right now. So we're gonna go to git clone, blah, 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 GitHub, Torrentolino, AutoGPT.git. It's gonna look like this. Just go to code, clone it, just as you would any other thing on GitHub. You will, however, also need GPT-4 API access to get it done though. That is one stipulation, so make sure you request access if you haven't done so already. But once you have everything downloaded and set up, the best part of how you can use these new AI tools the best is just test it out. Pretend it's a playground and play. Build the coolest things you can think of. Try building an e-commerce store. Try building a mini game like Pong or Tetris. Try building something like quizzes that couldn't be found on ChatGPT, something that uses up-to-date information, maybe some pop culture references. One thing I would try, because I think this is a really cool idea and I haven't seen anybody do it yet, is basically have it try to find and apply to multiple jobs for you, build the resume specific to the job post that it finds, and just keep doing that. I think that's a cool way to use it and no one's done it before. Basically just test using it for anything that you haven't been able to do so far with ChatGPT or any other limitations that you've seen through any other AI tools. Like I said, as always, every link to anything you're gonna need from this video to get started, to test it out, have some fun, is always in the description down below. I also suggest that you follow the creator of the tool on Twitter to make sure you get all the coolest and newest updates immediately. His link again down below. And I guess while you're down there, don't forget to subscribe to my channel for all things exciting new tech, AI, like the damn video, and I'll see you next week.